Hey folks, Dan Frio here, the Mortgage Update. Today is April 6th, 2020. So let's get at it. Last week I tried to do a little bit of a different format, and I'm going to try to do that at least once or twice a week. And then maybe on Friday, give me some feedback if you guys would down in the comment section. Would you guys, anybody be interested in a Q&A session that I can answer questions in regards to mortgages? The reason why I say that is I was on a real estate one on Friday for a realtor, and probably a third of the comments that he was getting or questions he was getting was in regards to mortgages. Well, I wasn't an active participant, with the realtor, but it was amazing because I kept blipping in the comment section, dude, they could do an FHA loan or they can do a home ready program or whatever. And he just kept bypassing me. And I don't know why. He kept saying, well, just find a lender and they should be able to answer those questions. And I was like, well, I'm a lender and I'd love to answer these questions. So let me know if you'd be interested in a Q&A session Fridays, maybe at like noon or 1 Central Time. But let's get going on. I was kind of out of this loop last week because mortgage rates were all over the map. And if you were looking for a mortgage rate at that time, you might have seen that 30-year fixed rates were in the 4 and 5% range and thinking, what in the world is going on? Well, I told you to hold on, and I told all my clients, hold on, and we'll be back, and we are back. And I'm going to show you a rate comparison at the end of the video to show you where I am compared to everybody else in the market. And it's nuts because I have equal to or better than almost every company in the whole country. So we're going to get to that in a second. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being a patient consumer. I hope you put your application in so we can get you locked now that the rates have come down. And I had a couple comments. People were saying, is he doing this just to kind of sucker us into putting in applications? No. And I always tell you, I'm here to pass on the truth, and I'm going to show you basically where rates are today and how we're beating the markets. So let's go on to what happened today. The stock market opened up 1,100 points, and the MBS market was flat. Okay, and you could see here we ended the day up 14, so that was good. Basically, there was no economic news coming out today, and I don't really think, or I don't associate anything that's coming out in the next week or two as being really relevant. Because it's basically right now it's the coronavirus and what the Federal Reserve is doing to control the markets. Now, what I'm going to show you right now is basically the charts of what's happening today. And what I've been saying is we just need stability. We need stability in the markets. So as a lender, we know what's going on. So look what we're getting finally. We don't have these moves anymore of up or down 100 or 180 points a day. We're basically, look at it, we're kind of stagnant for the last week. That's what, as lenders, we were looking for. Just some stability in the markets, okay? And because of this, we were able to open up our rates again into areas that we're comfortable lending in. And when we did that, there was pent-up demand on our side, thanks to you guys. And we're starting to lock and lock and lock and lock. So overnight, if in the past week or two you were out there getting a mortgage, I'd love to at least now compare my rates against anybody else's at this time, as well as with fees. So when you do send me your loan estimate that you might have from another lender, please send both pages. I got several this weekend that was only including page 1 that gave me the rate. I don't know what the fees are. Like I always say, don't be wowed over the rate. Yes, you want a phenomenal rate, but you don't want to spend $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 to get that rate. And I had one today the same way. They were getting 3% rate, and it was costing them $5,000. I got them 3.125%, and it's costing them $1,200. And so that's think of the savings there. So it's a huge savings. So that being said, this is where we're at right now. We love stability. And again, back in this time right here, I was locking people in at 3% or 2.875% 30-year fixed. So the assumption is that's about where we should be right now. We're getting there, and we're darn close, and I'm going to show you here in a second. So this is what's going on now. Market news, basically it's all going over the coronavirus and the stability in the markets. So I won't go there. Our recommendation right now is still to float. Why? Because the market is still rallying. Let's get rid of this alert. This is the charts that I follow on my end of the spectrum. I reference you guys back to this because it is a heck of a lot cleaner to look at this chart than to look at this program. So this is what I do for you guys on a daily basis and all my clients. So let's get on to what I did today. Is I went out there and said, okay, if you go back to my video I did about 2 weeks ago, I put in these parameters. And if you recall, there was one lender down here at about 4.875, and that was it. And I was in the 3% range. Okay, so now let's compare some things here. Let's look at the parameters at the top. We have a refinance. And this is, let me retro back a second. I'm going to bankrate.com. This is where a lot of people go to check on rates. I hate this website, and the reason being is, I'm not talking about the company Bankrate in general. I'm talking about the data in here. Many times I see rates in here that are, I won't say not possible, but many times it's like, my analogy to a lot of my clients is, I say that gas down the street from my house is 50 cents a gallon. There's nowhere in the country that it's 50 cents a gallon. So, sometimes when I look at rates in here, it's equivalent to that. I'm like, there's no way you can get it at that rate without buying, a 12-pack of beer, 4 pizzas, and 7 hot dogs. So that's kind of where I'm at. But right now it seems like a lot of them are in line. So let's look at the parameters behind this. A $300,000 value of a home. So it's a refinance, $300,000 value of the property. The loan amount is $240,000. A credit score of 740 plus on a 30-year fixed rate. So let's go down through some of these things, okay? So there's the rates. Now let me go into mine. I'm going to log in. I just logged in, and I'm going to put $240,000 as the loan amount. Is that what it was? Let me go back. So $240,000, a $300,000 home value. It is $300,000, and it is a refinance. The credit score is 740 plus, so I'll put 740 in there. I need to put in a debt ratio. I won't explain that right now. And then let's put a property in. Let's just say this is Main Street. The city is Main Street. It's Illinois. It's in the top county, and the zip code is 60620. I just made those up for now. It doesn't. Those are irrelevant. I go down here in a 30-year fixed, 30-year. Let's go down and see my pricing. So this is live as I'm talking, so I'm not manipulating anything. And I'm going to explain to you what rates are. So right now we got rates, conforming 30-year fixed rates. So I'm going to go through these numbers with you. And if you've ever watched any of my videos, I kind of pull the curtain back and show you this is our rates. So right now I have a 3.25% rate. And right here, this will say premium or cost, okay? If it's a negative, this means I am giving you back a check in the amount of that much money. Or we can use that to go toward your closing costs. So, for example, 3.25, you're going to get a check back or refund back for $550. All right? So let's go over and compare these things now. I don't know. I won't shrink the screen so 3.125. Let me see if I can shrink these screens. Hold on one second. Voila, there we go. So let's go through this. At the top one in the whole country, 3.125, and they are charging you a half a point. So at mine, 3.125, I would be charging you, again, a positive number means this is how much it would cost you to get that rate. So at 3.125, it would cost you $1,888. Mine, 3.125, would cost you $754. So a savings of $1,100 on that rate, the best rate in the market. 3.25, where am I? 3.25, I'm giving you back $550. They're charging you $720. So again, I'm another $1,200 ahead of the market there. 3.275, $573. Again, there. Look at this one, 3.25, $1,941 in points. 3.25. I'm giving you back $550. So you're $2,500 ahead. I'll leave it at that. So I told you, I advised you, put your applications in. When this hits, we will lock you. I wasn't lying, and I wasn't trying to deceive you to get your applications in. Here's the criteria that we require, though, right now. We need your application in, and I need your, what we call your point of sales documents. I need your pay stubs, W-2s, and tax returns. Once I get that from you in an application, I can lock you. My website is live. I have a buffer right now in between our premier, exciting, top-of-the-line website that's going to be out probably by the end of the week or next week. But I did create a buffer page. It is go to the Frio team, thefrioteam.com, and you can see it here. And what I'd advise you to do is, if you would, just go to apply now, do the full application so I get all of your information. Short application doesn't give me enough information to help you out. Full application does. And you can find some other information about me, phone numbers, emails, addresses, and everything else to get in contact with us. So again, let me explain to you who I am, what I do. My name is Dan Frio. I do the mortgage update every day. I've been doing this for 3 decades. 32 years I've been in the business, and I hope you like what you see. I'm honest. I tried my best to tell you the truth and all the facts. And that's what I think I've done over the last several years that I've been on here, especially in the last couple weeks with all this turmoil. What I follow here, what I have my clients follow here, is this number right here. This is the mortgage-backed securities. What's happening to mortgage-backed securities? This is the instrument. This is the investment, the bond that creates or determines mortgage rates. Okay, when we look at the price of a bond, it has an inverse or a reverse effect on its yields or rates. So, in plain English, as the price of a bond goes up, we love when it goes up like this. The price of the bond goes up, the yield or the rate or your mortgage rate will go down. So we like when it goes up. So we always like having these positive numbers. You'll see these are daily fluctuations in what happened in the markets. Days such as these, we had 80 to 100 point moves. The normal moving trend is about here, which you have about 5 to 8 ticks, not 100. In the last several days, we've had basically a stabilization of the markets because the Fed finally stepped in and they're buying enough to keep the market stable, but they're not overbuying or underbuying. They're keeping it right in the sweet spot. They finally figured it out, and they're finally helping stabilize the markets. So what I ask all my clients is, if you're looking to buy a home and you need pre-approved, please let me know. I'd love to help. Go to thefrioteam.com. You can apply there. Give me a call, 844-775-LOAN, or shoot me an email at dfrio, and Frio is F-R-I-O, at preferredrate.com. Also, I did a video last week. It was in regards to forbearance. Okay, I'm going to reiterate this probably every day for the next couple weeks. What a forbearance is it's not the end-all, cure-all to help you skip 3 or 4 mortgage payments. It's kind of the opposite of that. It's just kicking that can down the road a couple months. So what's happening with these forbearance agreements is, and please don't be suckered into this, they'll say, you know what, you'll be able to skip your next 3 mortgage payments because of the forbearance. We'll send you a letter to that effect. Well, please read the letter in detail, because what's happening is you'll skip April, May, and June, okay? July will come and you'll owe 4 mortgage payments. 4 total to get yourself caught up. So what I'm advising people to do at this time is to refinance. Because most of the time you have, the rates have never been this low, other than right here, which was a month ago. Most likely you're going to refinance, and if you qualify, you're going to get a lower rate. And the next thing we can do is structure your loan so you'll miss 2 mortgage payments, and you'll truly skip those mortgage payments. Because what happens is when we close on your loan, let's say we close on your loan on April 15th, all my clients for this month, April 15th we close, let's say. We have to, by law, give you at least a 30-day grace period before a payment's due. All right? But we don't collect payments on the 1st. So what happens then is we have to push out your payments to the following 1st, because we only collect payments on the 1st of the month. So April's payment, you skip April's payment, you close on April 15th. Your first payment could have maybe been due May 15th, but we do not collect payments on the 15th. It goes to the following 1st. So you're basically missing April, May's payment, and your first payment's due in June. That's one way to help your financial situation. The next thing is you might have been living on credit cards the last month. You have to do what you have to do to survive. But what we might look at doing is consolidating that debt as well, because when those credit cards statements start coming in, pay attention to the rates. Don't be surprised if your interest rate on that's 25%. And it's very hard to try to keep maneuvering and transferring those balances to a 0% card. Okay, so that's number 2 on how we might be able to help you. And then the third point is maybe pull out some cash just for a safety net, because if you don't know when you're going back to work, you might be out to another month or two. Put some money aside. Don't have a mortgage payment for 2 months, and just have a little cushion there to put some food on the table and do some other things. So my name is Dan Frio. I'd love to help you if I can. Please reach out to me. If you like the video, I would appreciate you a thumbs up. Please, down in the description, ask any questions. I reply to every question asked of me. And let me know if you want me to do a Friday question Q&A session. What time might work for you, and I'll try to be accommodating if I can. So God bless. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, God willing. Take care. Be safe. Be healthy.